Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell, and today we're opening these packs of 1990 Topps Traded. There's 7 cards in each pack, so I figured I bought 2 packs, so I figured I'll just open both of them today. So we're going to open that one second, and we'll open this one first. So let's see what promising rookies or players who change teams or new managers we get in this set. I love the 1990 Topps set, one of my favorites. So there is, and the traded ones, as I recall, have very nice look to them. There's Scott Ruskin with the Pirates. I don't really know anything about that Scott. I know a bit more about this Scott, which is Scott Erickson with the Twins. So I think that this would be sort of a rookie card for him. Yeah, because he was a 86 graduate of Homestead High School, Cupertino, California, best known for the home of Apple computers. Scott Erickson started his career with the Twins and then eventually was with the Orioles. His career got off to such a hot start, and he was a major star of the 1991 World Champion Twins team as a young pitcher. Like basically the great young pitcher they had, Scott Erickson, and the great old pitcher they had was Jack Morris. And those guys propelled them to a World Series title. And Erickson was nasty. He had some of the best stuff of his era. And again, he went on to pitch with the Blue Jays, maybe he pitched for the Blue Jays too, I don't remember. But he definitely pitched for the Orioles, and was just a terror in the American League for years. Just an actual legit ace for quite a while. Somebody that kind of I feel like is forgotten about a little bit. He was a multi-time All-Star. I don't know if he ever won a Cy Young Award, but especially 91, as a young pitcher for that great Twins team. He was made a big impression there. There's Mark Eichhorn, who was also a really good pitcher. I think he was traded from the Braves after the '89 season. So yeah, pretty good pitcher. I think he was. He's right-handed, I guess. It's Terry Leach with the Twins. All right, here's a good one. There's Cecil Fielder, one of the premier power hitters of his era. Feared power hitter. This would be, I'm guessing that this is when he was traded from or he signed as a free agent, I don't know, from the Blue Jays to the Tigers, where he spent most of the rest of his career. He spent a few other years. He was with the Yankees for a little while. Just a guy that could, just this prodigious power hitter who could just hit the ball, out of Tiger Stadium. Just was this, and he was a huge guy, just massive, and just a fun guy to watch, and a fun guy to watch hit home runs. And then, of course, his son, Prince, ends up being a big leaguer as well. Fun fact, Cecil Fielder and Prince Fielder hit the same number of home runs in their career, 319. This was a statistic I came across recently. And there's also some crazy thing about they hit the same number of home runs, and there were a few in the 4th inning, the 8th inning, the 9th inning. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. That was a statistic courtesy of the truly great Sarah Langs. Shout out to Sarah Langs, one of the best people in baseball. But yeah, Cecil Fielder was a really fun, really good player. Luis Polonia was a long time infielder with the Angels and a few other teams in the big leagues. And then there's John McNamara. Boy, that is not a good-looking card for old Johnny McNamara, but he became the manager of the Indians at this point. He, of course, was the manager of the Red Sox when they went to the World Series in 1986. And a lot of controversies around John McNamara in his time with the Red Sox. He was fired, I believe it was in 1990 or 1988, actually. That's right. He was fired in the middle of the 1988 season. His bench coach, Joe Morgan, who was a Walpole Joe from Massachusetts, was his replacement and led the Red Sox to what was called Morgan Magic, where I believe they won something like 15 of 18 games or something crazy like that, and then they end up winning the American League East and going to the playoffs that year. All right, so then let's open this other pack. See if we get any other big names. Can't think if there would even be any Hall of Famers in this. So there's Tony Pena, who went from, I believe, probably from Houston, or no, not Houston, St. Louis to the Red Sox. Yeah. And I talked about Tony Pena on a previous video, how he was just defensively such a great catcher, really one of the best of his era. And if he could have just hit a little bit more, you're talking a guy who, if he could have hit at the level of I'm not going to say a Johnny Bench or a Carlton Fisk, but just a guy maybe just even below that. if he had hit like 250 to 300 homers in his career, you're talking like a Hall of Famer because of how good he was defensively. He was possibly the best defensive catcher of his era. And it was wonderful to watch him on the Red Sox, especially as I began watching the Red Sox a couple of years after this. Jeff Houston, don't really know him. There's Kevin Romine, who I believe had also spent some time. Yeah, I don't know why he's getting a. That's weird. I don't know why he's getting a Topps traded card here. Yeah, that's right. He was from Exeter, and then his son Austin also played in the big leagues as well. There's Junior Ortiz. Sorry, cards are there. You go. He's a pretty good player. Brad Kamensk. There's Willie Randolph, who we talked about on a previous episode. He was with the Yankees, of course, in their great era, late 70s and early 80s, and then later was the manager of the Mets. That, of course, also after he was the coach on the Yankees in the late 90s, part of their dynastic run. And then the last of the 14 cards here is Scott Sanderson, who was with the A's, and I want to say maybe he was with the Indians later too. So, all right, so no huge guys. We got this literal huge guy, though, right there in Cecil Fielder. So that was fun. That was a fun rip of a couple of packs of 1990 Topps traded. One of the things I like about this is that previously, before, I don't know what year it was, probably 88 or 89, somewhere in there, you had to buy the box to get the traded sets, right? They would not come in packs. They would come in a box. And I will put the link here. We opened a box of 1982 Topps traded on the channel last year, and we pulled a Cal Ripken rookie card that ended up coming back as a PSA 7. And I actually kind of like the fact that they changed it up after time and they actually made packs of the traded cards. So kudos to Topps. That was the right thing to do. So that's going to do it for this edition of Wax Pack Wisdom. Tell us what you thought of these pack breaks. What's your favorite card we pulled today? Do you have a story of one of the players in either of these packs? Leave us a comment and let us know. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you can find links to where you can follow Wax Pack Wisdom on all social media channels. You'll also find a link to a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. If you enjoyed this video, please consider a donation to one of those organizations. It would mean a lot to us. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.